So Suzuki started the luxury scooter market around 12 years ago with the Burgman 400, followed 2 years later with the Burgman 650. So for its 10th anniversary, it's fully revised for 2013. So down at the front, we uprated the braking system, so we now have a floating disc arrangement for stronger, more consistent braking. It will feature ABS as standard. You can see that the styling has been sharpened up and is much more modern. We're still featuring the powered rear view mirrors, which fold in automatically with a button press over here on the left-hand switch, so these fold in to allow you to get through a small gap. This bike is also fitted with an accessory here, which is an extra wind deflector. The whole bike overall is slightly narrower to allow it to be easier to manoeuvre within traffic and also to reduce wind resistance.
Also carried over into 2013 is the electrically powered adjustable windscreen, controlled by the switchgear on the right-hand side of the bike. This allows the rider to raise or lower the screen whilst on the move to ensure best visibility and best weather protection.
Moving to the right-hand side of the bike here, you can see we've retained the luxury seat that's featured in the Burgman for some years now, with the adjustable seat rest which moves backwards and forwards. This is a very comfortable place for both the rider and the pillion seat. But also in the level coming to the UK, the executive version, the bike will come as standard with front and rear heated seats. The standard bike will feature a pillion backrest, but also available as an option is a large capacity top box to extend the storage of the 50 litres under the seat to even better touring capability. On the right hand side of the bike, we have the lockable fuel cap there. The bike features a centre stand as standard. We have preload adjustable rear suspension. The handbrake, which was previously positioned in the front dashboard, which was a little difficult for some people to reach while they were holding the bike upright, has now been relocated to the left-hand side of the seat for a much easier operation while standing on the bike. In addition to the 50 litres of storage under the seat, there's 2 additional compartments in the front dashboard which are useful for your wallet, toll money, or for an extra pair of gloves. And in the front here we have another lockable compartment with a deep recess to the right and the DC power outlet for charging phones or powering a satellite navigation system. On the previous model, this was possibly a little bit too close to the door, with some charges meaning that you couldn't actually shut the doorway. So now the outlet is recessed further behind to allow a wider range of charging devices and the ability to shut the door at the same time.
For added security, the Burgman features the Suzuki Advanced Immobiliser system. This is a chip-in key system very similar to those used in cars. We've also got a magnetic security shutter which can be manoeuvred over the ignition switch so that it can't be tampered with.
The engine has been redeveloped so that the bike is now 15% more fuel efficient than the previous version. We've also worked very hard on the transmission, reducing transmission drag by 35%. This not only helps fuel consumption, it also makes the bike much easier to move around than the previous model. The Burgman 650 features a sophisticated continuously variable transmission which has several modes. The first being the fully automatic mode where the engine will go into the strong part of the torque, stay there, the transmission will change the ratios in the pulleys and the bike will accelerate while the engine stays in the optimum position for power and torque. You also have a power button here which just shifts the RPM a bit further up to allow a slightly more aggressive overtaking manoeuvre, for example. But you also have the ability to switch into a semi-automatic mode, allowing you to change up and down with the gears on the left-hand handlebar switch between some pre-selected ratios should you wish to get a bit more involved.
Also included on the executive version of the Burgman coming to the UK are heated grips, controlled by a simple push button on the left-hand switchgear. Also included within the rev counter display is a new eco indicator light. When the Burgman's being ridden in a fuel-efficient manner, this light will light up and should help the rider learn techniques to extend their fuel range and conserve fuel.